5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So Bill Cower says, I will now perform the Cthulhu ritual of victory and call upon him to decimate the Huskies of Yukon. So Coach Cower says, as the soul of the hog is the soul of our enemies, I sacrifice thee heart to our Lord and Savior.
Oh my God.
Yes, what followed can only be described as the most violent animal sacrifice ever performed at the end of a college practice.
Wow. Welcome to the Scafaci-verse.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Scafaci-verse. I am Anthony Scafaci.
And I'm Alan Gigax.
And we want to welcome you back to another episode of the show where we get down and we're going to talk about lots of cool stuff today. But first, we want to thank you guys for tuning in every single week, for subscribing to the show.
Agreed.
You know, things keep getting bigger. Little by little, we're adding more listeners and more subscribers, and our numbers are doing well.
Yeah.
And I think it's because, we're just having a lot more fun now.
Right.
And so we're going to keep that fun rolling. We're going to probably run this
Keep
episode.
it fun. Don't turn it into work.
Yeah, we're going to run this episode right back to back with the episode
sure.
you just listened to. So you can just run both episodes simultaneously.
Yeah, for all I care, I ain't your fucking boss.
Yeah, exactly. I am. I'm the man here.
That's right.
Right. And so, we're going to get right into it, and we're going to finish the story of Alan's
I don't know,
Africa
dude. There's still
Safari.
more to tell. It might take 2 more episodes.
Dude, I don't know, dude. I don't know,
We're the bosses around here. It takes however long it takes.
We could do whatever the hell we want.
Yeah.
Right? And so, but before we do that, we got, some
Sponsor.
business. Yeah,
Yep.
we have business to take care of.
All right.
So do we have a sponsor for this episode?
Yes, we do. Just
Okay.
the Tip is sponsored by, it's appropriate for this episode, Dumper.
Yeah.
When you're in a pinch and need to pinch one off, count on Dumper.
All right. So what's the tip?
Dude. All right. So the tip is, I was watching this video of a press conference.
Okay.
And the woman who is heading the press conference is really attractive.
Okay.
And I see her and I'm like, oh, hubba hubba. And I also have a thing for smart chicks. And so like, dude, if she's heading a press conference, she must be really sharp too. And then she starts talking.
Okay.
And the things that she's saying are fucking crazy.
Okay.
And they're also not true.
Sure.
And the more she talks, the less attractive she becomes.
That does happen sometimes.
That absolutely does happen. And so yes, we know this because we objectify women, of course, because we're monsters. But guys, this applies to you too.
Actually, this probably applies more to men than it does women.
It does apply
Yeah.
more to guys. Yes, absolutely. And this is the tip. Is guys, a lot of times you can talk yourself out of getting laid.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard to talk yourself into it.
Yeah.
But it's easy to talk your way out of it. And so it is a very good strategy, just generally. Shut the fuck up.
Dude, that is good advice,
there you go.
dude. All right.
I'm here to help.
So, all right. So, as I was saying,
Yes.
we're going to be continuing the story of Alan's safari in Africa. And so, when we last left off, you and your brother Chuck had
Yep.
arrived in Arusha.
Right.
And so now, you guys barricaded the hotel room. You guys hid your belongings.
Right.
And, before we set out, though, what were the accommodations like in Arusha? Like, what?
Yeah, so
what
we were
was your, like a double bed or like what? What's
we
the
had
deal?
a room with 2 beds. They were probably
Okay.
like twin size beds or
Okay.
something, but they were reasonably comfortable. There was mosquito net that hung over the bed, which we wound up not needing. And so that was nice. And it felt safe. Like this was the entire time up to this point, I had not felt safe.
Okay.
But this hotel had like American tourists in it, European tourists in it. Like it felt like how you would hope like a little travel town would be. And plus this town is all built on tourism because
Sure.
as we discussed last time, it's right near Kilimanjaro and it's near Serengeti. And so this is kind of the hub.
Okay.
And so they have to accommodate tourists.
Sure.
So yeah, so we get there and things are now starting to fall into place. Everything's cool. We find the outfitter. It's a company called African Adventures, and we meet our guide. We meet the guy who's going to be our cook, and we see our truck, and they're loading everything up, and like, dude, this is really going to happen. This is, everything's cool. And so we're good. And then the next morning, like, we don't really explore the town that night because it's still, like, this is not what we're here for.
It's still a little bit sketch, too,
Yeah,
right?
and we're here for the safari, and if anything fucks up between now and then, it's going to sour the safari. And so we just don't take any chances. You know, catch up on some sleep, hang out at the hotel. We'll have time when we get back if we want to do that. So the next day, we get to African Adventures. We have our stuff with us, and we are in a Toyota Land Cruiser.
Those are nice.
It is, yeah. And dude, there are things about this Land Cruiser. So most of the companies use the Land Rover.
Okay.
But this is a Toyota Land Cruiser, and I really like it. And there's stuff, like, dude, it drives on rough-ass dirt roads all the time.
Yeah, those things are built for that.
Yeah, and it has, like, 200,000 kilometers on it. But it doesn't...
Dude, Toyotas will run forever if you take care of them.
And they take care of them. And it doesn't, like, rattle like crazy because everything is built super simple and super reliable. Like, take, for example, not only does it not have automatic windows, like with the switch to roll them up and down, it doesn't even have roll them up windows. The windows have clips on them, and you can just, like, slide them up and down like an old-fashioned bus window or something. Because that shit never breaks. It'll never, ever break. And if it does break, it's really easy to address.
Yeah.
And the whole truck is built like that. Like, you know, the opening for a Yeti cooler. That's like that rubber stopper that you just pull on. This has a sunroof, a big sunroof that opens, and it's just a big flap. Yeah, and it opens like that. And it's genius, dude. It's so great. So we fill up with gas, and we fill up, like, the extra gas cans on the back because we're going to be out for a long time.
Yeah, not a lot of chevrons out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not even a BP out there. Yeah. So that's it. We head out, and the first day we are going to a little town called Mosquito Village, which does not bode well.
No.
And this is
Malaria Village.
Yeah, exactly. And now we're driving in rural East Africa, and shit starts changing.
Okay.
And we see, like, the natives there, the people who live in the traditional way, they're called Maasai. That is the like the native tribe that lives out there. And we see, like, Maasai villages with, like, these big grass huts. Yeah. And it's fucking wild, dude, to see fucking grass huts.
Yeah, well, I mean, is it quite third world country? Would you say it's third world?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's fourth world.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we're out there, and where we're headed that day, and again, like, on the side of the road, there's just, like, zebras and gazelles.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And it's fucking wild.
Well, because now you're out in the wild.
Oh, we're out in the wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there ain't fences out there. There's not any of that stuff. So we're on these roads where, like, there'll just be, like, a herd of cattle blocking the road. And it ain't cattle like I'm used to seeing in America, like big fat cattle. These are, like, hungry cattle.
Yeah, hungry.
You know,
cattle that are, like, on the hunt.
Yeah, and, like, a guy with a big stick is standing behind him, like, hitting him in the ass to get him
rancher,
to go.
yeah,
the rancher, right? Or the shepherd in this case, you know, or whatever. Yeah, and so, like, dude, I remember at one point we hit this little bridge, and it's like this little stone bridge that it doesn't look like it could support me walking across it.
Oh, no.
And we're supposed to take this Land Rover or the Land Cruiser across it. And I remember the guide, like, looking at the creek and being like, dude, maybe we should just drive through the creek.
Really?
Yeah, if we're on the bridge and the bridge goes away, that's way worse.
Yeah.
And he's, like, looking at the depth of the creek, and he's like, I don't know, it might be too deep right there. I think we'll just take the bridge.
Wow.
And yeah, dude, so we got out of the Land Cruiser. He drove it slowly across the bridge, and then we walk across the bridge and get back into the Land Cruiser.
Whoa.
Just in case.
You're just a weight bearing, huh?
Dude, it was sketchy.
Yeah, okay.
And so
nowadays they just built a jump, and you just jump.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, they beef up the suspension a little bit, and you do Dukes of Hazzard style.
Yeah, it's much more fun.
Right. So we get to Mosquito Village, and it's this little African village. And there's little things that I've been noticing over the last couple of days that are worth mentioning. Like, East Africa is sponsored, or Tanzania is sponsored. It is sponsored by Coca-Cola and Guinness. And what I mean by that is, like, every building has these tin advertising signs.
Sure.
For Coca-Cola or for Guinness. And they're just used for like architectural purposes.
Okay.
Essentially, like you get a hole in your wall, just put a tin over it that says Coca-Cola.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we started saying like, "Oh, Tanzania, brought to you by Coca-Cola."
Nice. I like it.
And the good news is you get Coca-Cola, and these days you probably get Coke Zero over
Dude,
there
we
too.
could probably send some of Scafachiverse, stuff down there, and we could advertise.
Yeah,
and got a hole in your wall, Scafachiverse podcast.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Send them a bunch of tins.
Yeah.
I'm sure that would get us more listeners.
Yeah,
So-
we have some in
Well,
Nigeria.
and
it turns
it's probably
out.
like tax deductible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Gates provides mosquito nets to the people who live there, and we provide advertising
Yeah.
tins. So I noticed that, and dude, a bottle of Coke is like the thick glass bottle,
Like the old school, yeah.
old timey. It's a quarter back then.
Okay.
So that's a bargain.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a good deal.
And it's bottled. You can drink it.
It is bottled. Yeah, exactly. Right. And that's part of it is like, obviously we ain't drinking any of this water. And so everything has to be bottled water.
Yeah.
And like even brushing your teeth, use bottled water because guaranteed the bottle has poop in it or the water has poop in it. And you know what else is big at this time that we haven't really talked about yet is AIDS. Like this is because of the time that I went. It's like the height of the AIDS crisis in Africa.
Okay.
Where like every fourth person has AIDS.
Wow.
Like it's rampant.
It's like a South Park episode or
Yeah.
that one movie.
Yo.
AIDS. Everybody has
Right.
AIDS.
It's like a spoof of Rent. Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody has AIDS. Yeah. So anyway, that's front of mind for us, is like
That's
there's
why he brought all the sex toys.
Yeah, right, exactly. I ain't fucking anybody. I'm bringing it with me. Yeah, I'll take care of myself.
Yeah.
So at one point we realized that like we've met a few people and we know like there's the dirty hand, like the left hand
For pooping?
for like and, good chances got poop on it.
Oh my God.
And so because we have toilet paper, other people don't have toilet paper.
So what are they using?
Their hand.
A lion.
Yeah,
gazelle.
exactly.
The
Yeah,
zebras
yeah.
are everywhere.
Yeah, the zebras are everywhere. Yeah. And so make sure that you only shake right hand. And then after a while, we realized, like, dude, we probably shook hands with numerous people at this point who have AIDS. Wow. And you don't get it by shaking hands, but it makes you think.
Yeah. Especially
Yeah.
back then. We were less educated.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
yeah.
right, exactly. And
Yeah.
so anyway, so we get to this little campsite in Mosquito Village, and luckily, because this is our first night, we're going to be in a tent. It is like a commercial campground.
Okay.
That's in the village, kind of like a little KOA or something.
Okay, that's
That's
not bad.
in the village. No, and it wasn't bad. And so we set up there. And dude, it was really cool. Like they cook us dinner, and the dinner is really good. I don't remember what it was. African food.
Yeah.
And then there's a show.
And who was the show?
It was Moving Out by our friend Michael Kavanaugh,
Nice,
singing
yeah.
the songs of Billy Joel.
He was on tour.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
on tour. Yeah, it was amazing. What a coincidence. No, they had like native drumming and dancing.
So not moving out.
No, but what was so cool is the intensity and the enthusiasm of the dancing was infectious, and not in the way that AIDS is infectious.
Yeah. So
Although
did
it
you
might
get
have
up
been
and
that way
dance?
too.
Did they like pull you
Yeah.
up to dance with them and stuff?
They would, as a matter
Did
of
you
fact.
dance?
Yeah. And I danced like nobody was watching.
Did you introduce twerking?
It hadn't been invented yet,
No.
but I seem to remember these ladies did do moves like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. And also the drumming had these complex rhythms, and it was like it's fucking incredible, dude. Like, it bring tears to your eyes seeing this stuff, or
Yeah.
at least to mine. And it was fucking phenomenal. It
Okay.
was so cool. And then that night we go into the tent and we settle down, and like, we don't have to worry about lions or anything like that. And we wound up getting a pretty good night's sleep. And so now the next morning, it's time to get up and actually head into the Serengeti. And this is where we leave paved roads behind. And it's going to be nothing but dirt roads for the next 5 days. And right away, the thing we notice is that the most common thing you're going to see in the Serengeti is the Land Rover.
Yeah.
There's trucks everywhere.
Well, yeah. There's a lot of people paying to do this.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And so we do that. We get into the Serengeti, and right away, like in my head, I'm thinking they're going to ease us into it. Like, we're going to see some, gazelles first, because we've seen those everywhere. But it can't work that way, because these are wild animals.
Yeah, they just go where the fuck they want.
Yeah, they go wherever the fuck they want. And so you just see whatever's there. They're going to drive down this road, and whatever's there, we're going to check it out. And so the very first thing we see is a pride of lions.
Nice.
Yeah, there's this rock outcropping called Copies, and at this Copy, there's a pride of lions. And so we're on the road, and they're like maybe 100 yards away, but we can see them, and they're just kind of hanging out. It turns out, like at the zoo, when you go to the zoo and the lions are just laying there and they don't do anything.
That's kind of what they do.
Yeah, it turns out that's what they do.
Yeah, dude, the males sleep a lot.
Yeah,
and, you know,
yeah. They're lazy.
Yeah, I mean, they're just like house cats, only bigger and more deadly.
Yeah, exactly. And so like, wow, this is really cool. And then the guide turns off the road and starts driving. And we had been explained to us, like, we have to stay on the road.
Yeah.
The guide turns off the road and starts driving toward the lions. And we're like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, we're going to get a closer look at the lions. I said, okay, if we're going to like park under this tree.
No,
we're not. This motherfucker drives right up into the middle of the lions.
Yeah.
We got lions on fucking both sides of us.
And now the lions, they're probably like, what the fuck, right?
Yeah. Well, no, they don't give a shit. Because the most common thing they see,
kill your ass.
Well, the most common thing they see is the Land Cruiser.
As well.
And even though we're in a Land Rover or vice versa, same difference.
Yeah, this is old hat to them.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is all the time. They don't pay us any mind.
Yeah,
which is also kind of weird. And then now we're like in the middle of these lions.
Yeah,
and they're like, okay, stand up out of the sunroof and check out the lions. And no, I can see them through the window.
Yeah, I'm good.
The window's fine. In fact, I think we need to close the sunroof.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, it's fine. You know, the lions are cool. And we know what we're looking for. And if the lions start to get agitated, you know, we can batten down the hatches. And I'm like, no, I'm going to look through the window.
Yeah.
But my brother stands up and he's looking at him.
Now,
he's
did
like,
you
wow,
try to
this is really
shove
cool.
him out? You know?
Yeah. Like when we had Trevor at the Bills game and every time he stood up, you'd just grab him around the waist and be like,
shove him out.
Oh, dude. Yeah. So it was so fucking scary, dude. And I did eventually stand up and look at them with nothing between me and the lion.
Yeah.
Except.
So now you're like standing on like a box or something inside the vehicle?
No, it's like the regular back of a vehicle where, you know, there's headroom that's just like a few inches above your head. And so when you stand on the floorboard, you can stand up out, like standing in the back of a limousine or something.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm just saying like the total height of the Land Rover, right?
Yeah.
Is not. It's like 6-7 foot tall.
Yeah, exactly.
Lion can jump that high.
Oh, easily.
Dude, my fucking cat can jump that high.
Easily.
So yeah, that's what I'm kind of like.
I see what you're getting at.
Yeah.
If the lion wanted to attack us,
Yeah, dude,
it could
like,
get
it's
to us no problem.
easy.
Which is why I didn't want the truck
Yeah.
to drive out there. Like, dude,
Yeah.
this seems like a risk we don't need to take.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
I'm impressed from
did
here.
you get like a sock puppet to try to tease it like a cat, like
Dude,
you know?
fuck that.
Yeah.
No, I don't want anything to do
Try
with that.
to get like some cat toys and see if they'll play with them.
You're right.
Yeah.
And I mean, my dick is in full turtle mode at this point. Like, it's scary.
Yeah.
So we leave there and we're cruising along. And then in the guides, you know, they do this all the time. So they have an eye for it. They can spot these animals because everything's camouflaged. We don't know what we're looking for. And then he's like, oh, look out there in the distance. And we don't see anything.
Yeah.
And he said, there's a cheetah there under this tree. And all right, do you guys want to see a cheetah? We do want to see a cheetah, as a matter of fact. Yeah. And cheetah a little less scary than a lion.
We didn't come all this way for nothing.
You're right, exactly. And so, dude, we get out. Again, we leave the road.
He's like, hey.
We drive out to this tree.
Run.
Yeah. And there's a cheetah,
Run.
just laying there with a dead animal in front of it, recovering from making its kill, just like panting, trying to cool down from having chased down this animal and made a kill. And like the cheetah's face is all covered in blood.
Nice.
And like it's fucking intense, dude.
Yeah. And then
circle of life.
Do you like look at it or be like how long do you get to stare at this cheetah?
So we weren't supposed to drive off the road, and so the guides
is there
kept it brief.
What are they
Park
called?
rangers,
yeah, like rangers, like
but it's a big territory. They don't have a lot, and probably like if you slip them $5, you know they look the other way.
Really?
I mean, I don't. It never came up.
It never came up.
Yeah, you know, you can kind of see trucks coming. You know, it's the plateau that. What do you
it's
call
flat.
that? Yeah, it's flat. Right. It's the.
Is it Inca flat?
Yeah, right, exactly. It's goddamn the savannah. That's what I'm thinking of. That's the word for it.
They got meerkats there, dude.
Yeah,
Those
dude.
things. You ever watch that show, Meerkat Manor?
Yeah, Meerkat
Dude.
Manor, yeah.
Dude, did you guys see Meerkats?
I wish. No, and the animal that I most wanted to see, we'll get into all the animals that we saw. The animal I most want to see, African wild dog.
The dingo? Is that like a
No,
dingo?
that's in Australia.
Okay.
This is just like a type of dog that evolved to run long distances.
Yeah.
And they're persistent hunters.
Yeah, they're
persistent.
exhaustion hunters.
Exhaustion, yeah, exactly. They chase the prey until it exhausts.
Okay.
So anyway, this is all before we even get to our camp. for
Yeah,
the day.
no,
Like,
this
we
is
got to
like-
go to the camp.
How
set
many
up.
hours in you think you are before like this stuff happens?
It's a couple hours of driving from Mosquito Village into the Serengeti.
Yeah.
And then once we get into the Serengeti, dude, we're in there for like 15 minutes. And we see lions.
Yeah,
and then
it's
we're
right
driving.
away.
Yeah,
They're waiting
another
at the
20
gate.
minutes. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then we finally, after this, like, dude, this is off to a fucking roaring start.
Hell yeah.
This is incredible. And now it's time to head to our camp. And the camp is called Nyani Camp. And it's a Swahili word for baboon. And so it's essentially baboon camp.
Yeah.
And dude,
What kind of bad boobs?
red-assed baboons.
Rex,
Yeah.
our good buddy Rex, dude, he wanted me to ask. So,
yeah, red-ass baboons. That's kind of a inside joke for us that red-ass baboons. But yeah, they were in fact red-ass baboons. And so we get to...
That's what
Oh,
the
fuck,
sex
dude, I
toys were
forgot
for.
about this. We had actually done a game drive on our way there at this place called Lake Manyara. And that's where I saw baboons for the first time.
Okay.
And dude, of all the animals...
Those are the things that got those big teeth. right?
Yes!
Yeah.
Dude, so like the lions are scary.
Uh-huh.
But to me, the most scary animal was baboons.
Is it because they're so smart?
Yes. So it's, they're monkeys, obviously, or apes or whatever.
Primates.
Primates. They're primates. Thank you. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
And so they have more intelligence than some other animals.
They have problem-solving skills.
Yeah. And they're clever. I would guess they're clever about like a dog.
Yeah,
Like they
so
can
like
figure some shit out.
Like a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old.
Yeah. And they've got these big fucking fangs and big red asses. And to see,
It's hard to get away from
and
that.
dude, like the first troop of baboons we see,
Yeah.
there's like 50 baboons.
Yeah, they're like a whole pod or whatever
Yeah,
they call
a
it.
troop.
Yeah, troop. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And dude, like they could fuck us up.
Yeah, dude,
Bat.
those teeth they're for eating.
They're not for show.
Yeah.
Right. And like they'll fight with each other and there's like a big male, like a big muscular male, and
Sure.
they're like fucking ripped.
Yeah.
And it's like chasing down this other baboon and like fucks it up.
He's gonna whoop that ass.
Yeah.
You gonna
And-
learn today.
And dude, they're vicious as fuck.
Well, yeah, they're wild, dude.
Yeah.
It's all Darwin shit going on
Yeah,
out there.
dude, it ain't like
There ain't no referee.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it, dude. Like that's one of the things that's
And,
kind of a
and one
takeaway.
of them's got to bitch out, otherwise he dies.
Yes, yeah.
yeah. Like if he's like, no, I ain't backing down. Well, then somebody's dying today, and that's how the like pecking order of
Yes,
shit is established.
That's exactly right. And seeing that and realizing, like, dude, so I'm bigger than a baboon, but a baboon ain't small.
No, well, and dude, their pain threshold.
Yeah, and their
is-
strength.
Yeah, they would whoop your ass.
Yeah,
Like-
that's it. Like even one baboon, like the big male,
Yeah.
it'd probably kick my ass.
Oh, dude,
And
he'd
so when there's like,
Fuck you up. Dude.
yeah, when there's
Ragdoll
like
your
20
ass.
of them,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Yeah.
Dude, it was.
No, you got to hope they adopt you, and then you
Yeah.
can go live amongst them.
Yeah, so we go to this campsite called Nyani Camp, Baboon Camp, and it's on the ground in the Serengeti, and there ain't no fences. There's no anything. It's just this little campsite that has little spots for your tent and like a picnic table
Yeah.
and, whatever. And there's the only thing that makes it not terrifying is that there's a bunch of other tourists there. There's
Sure.
maybe like 30 people there
Yeah.
and a handful of guides
So it
and
must
stuff
be
like that.
safe. We're all just hanging out.
Yeah, exactly. And so when we get there, the guides set up our tent, and I got to tell you, the tent, it's a small tent. It is a 2-person tent in the backpacking sense that like technically 2 people can lay inside.
Yeah,
of
but
it.
it's not like roomy.
No, you can't
You
stand
can
up.
just
You can
lay
barely
side
kneel.
by side, and it's a tent.
Yeah, and my brother is husky.
It's
I'm
got a
husky.
zipper.
Yeah, exactly. And like, so when we're laying in the tent, like our shoulders are touching, and my other shoulder is touching the wall of the tent. Like it's tight in there. So anyway, The tent's set up. That's fine. We're not going in there till this evening anyway. We put some of our stuff in there. And the guides tell us that, like, you can't just zip the tent closed. You have to zip the rainfly closed, too. Because the baboons know that they can just, like, claw their way in and get your shit.
Like a nylon tent,
Yeah.
right?
And but there's a threshold for what a baboon can figure out.
Yeah.
Like, it knows, it's just on the other side, I'll claw it. But somehow if there's a rainfly, there's like 2 layers.
Yeah.
He doesn't get it.
Just put a Rubik's Cube there, too, and then he's fucked.
Funny you mention that. Because there's also a big water tank at this campsite that gets filled up every so often by truck. And the guides need this water to because if they boil it, they can still use it for cooking or whatever. The guides need this water, and they get there, and the tank is empty. And the tank is empty because there's a spigot at the bottom with like a hose bib.
Yeah.
And baboons have figured out that if I turn this handle, the water comes out.
They can take
and
showers.
They want water. Yeah. And so they just turn the handle and the water comes out. And here's what pisses me off about this is, okay, I get it. A baboon is smart enough to figure out how to open a faucet, but it can't work a lock.
No.
Like a padlock. Like maybe if you put a padlock on it and hung the key next to it,
it might figure
it out. A baboon
out.
might eventually figure that out. Or it might just run off with the key or something.
Yeah.
But if you put a combination lock on there, and you could fucking spray paint the combination on the side of the tank, a baboon will never figure that out. Never.
He's like 6'7"?
Yeah, exactly. And so that's frustrating.
Yeah.
But whatever. That's my guide's problem. It's not my problem.
Well, it's your
that's the
problem
cook's
if you guys are going to like dehydrate.
Yeah, but we have enough bottled water, and there's like a little village that we can hit at some point and pick up more water.
Go to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they got 7-Elevens there. Exactly. And so now we've settled in, and I think we had lunch, and so it's time for another shit.
Yeah.
So you guys may recall from the last episode that I did not know how the shitter worked, which is saying something because it's just a fucking hole in the ground.
Yeah.
You shit into it. But my brother gave me this really good advice.
In the last episode.
That you got to squat and like a catcher.
Sure.
And so, okay, I played catcher for a long time. I idolized catchers, when I was in Little League. So, all right, you got to squat like a catcher. Well, you're going to choose a catcher. I choose Johnny Bench.
Sure, yeah.
He's an all-time great catcher.
Go with the GOAT.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah.
And so I go in there. I squat like Johnny Bench. I do my Johnny
Call some
Bench.
pitches.
Yeah, exactly. I put a little 2. I call for number 2, actually.
Call for number 2.
Call for number 2.
Give him the heater.
And everything goes smoothly.
Yeah.
Right? I got the leg strength, no problem. Just squat there. And dude, I mean, this is the way, like from an evolutionary standpoint, this is how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah, I guess.
And like this is what the squatty potty is for, is to simulate that shit-taking posture. And so, dude, all right, A-okay, this is no problem. But here's where a new problem crops up, is you get used to doing things the same way your whole life.
Sure.
And you just do it that way because that's the way you always do it. And so when I'm taking a shit, my junk is tucked in because that's, I assume everybody is that way.
I don't know.
And then when it's time to piss, you just piss.
Yeah.
And so I'm squatting over this hole, and it's time to take a piss, and so I just piss, and I wind up pissing right into my underwear.
Nice.
Yeah, because I forget that, like, my underwear's right below me,
dude.
and so I just piss right into it. So that's good times. But it does work to ward off baboon attacks.
Yeah, you're just hanging outside the tent.
Yeah, exactly.
And now they know the alpha is there.
That's right.
Yeah.
I've marked my territory. Yeah, exactly. I don't get greedy. I ain't going to mark the whole campground. I'm marking me.
Yeah.
Yeah, just leave me alone. And so, dude, the baboons, they're a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Like, they come in and, like, there's a loaf of bread on the table and from some other tourists, and they just take the loaf of bread.
Are, like,
and just,
people sitting there when this happens?
Yeah. Or like, they're nearby.
So,
they're by
maybe you
the
get
table.
up, like, a few feet from the table, and the baboon's like...
That's it.
That's
like,
my sandwich now.
So...
It's like prison.
It's a credit to humans, maybe, that animals seem to know not to fuck with us.
Well, sure.
We are physically bigger.
Yeah.
They don't know that we're all a bunch of pussies.
Yeah. And we don't fight like baboons.
Yeah.
They look at you.
Yeah.
They look at themselves, and they're like, okay, this guy's big.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fuck with that thing.
Yeah, it's not worth
big.
it.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Right. And dude,
And we can make noise.
This is an important lesson because humans, to a certain extent, live in a consequence-free environment. In the sense
Maybe
that, like,
female humans.
Well, but let's say I get angry at a bar and I get into a fight with somebody, even if I get hurt, I'm not going to die.
Most likely,
probably. Yeah, it's very rare that will happen. And so I might have hospital bills or whatever, but I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I talk about this when I go hiking, like where there's coyotes. If, as a mailman, I see a domestic dog on the loose and I get nervous. Because there's a reasonable chance that dog will attack me.
Sure, yeah.
Because that dog also lives in a consequence-free environment where it's been able to like bark at me and threaten to attack for a long time and nothing bad ever happens.
Yeah.
But with a coyote, if a coyote decides to attack me and it doesn't go, and the coyote doesn't score an easy win, that could be a death sentence for that coyote.
Sure.
Because like if I break that coyote's leg, that coyote's fucked.
Yeah.
And so that's why, even though a coyote could attack, it's not going to, because it's not worth it.
Sure, yeah. Well, because the penalty's death.
The penalty is death, right? Exactly. So you got to really think about who you're fucking with.
Yeah.
And so it's probably that way for the baboons.
It's like getting on a bus in Cleveland.
You're right, exactly.
Yeah.
And so we saw like a baboon steal somebody's backpack.
Yeah.
And just take off running, and the guides are like trying to throw rocks at it,
like Trevor.
Yeah, exactly. And
I used to pitch back in the day, running up about 80.
Good time.
So did the baboon try to get like the sex toys?
No, they're also marked with a particular scent that the baboons
are avoiding.
Yeah, they're avoiding. Yeah, exactly. And at least two of them are in use at all times. So, all right. So we head out for our first proper game drive, where we're going out and now, because dude, like again, on the way in, we just saw that shit as we were driving in.
Yeah.
Just by coincidence. Now we're going out with a purpose. And it's so fucking cool, dude, because we see elephants, we see wildebeest, which they call gnus, GNU, but we'll call them wildebeest because gnu is weird. We see all these different types of antelope, and like I kind of take the stance that like an antelope is an antelope, but dude, there are different types like impala. And impalas are fucking cool, dude. Like they have the cleanest looking fur. Everything's dusty out there. I don't know how they stay so clean looking.
Yeah.
But dude, they're like fucking gorgeous.
Sure.
They're tray fuckable. And we see hartebeest and a dick. What? Yeah, it's the best name for an.
Turns out that was just your brother sitting next to you.
It's a little tiny gazelle with these big eyes, or this little antelope,
and a huge cock.
Yeah, and a dick, and I got a lot of laughs out of that one. And we see warthogs, and dude, the one thing that we saw that I did not like. Well, there were a few things, but dude, there's this bird. It's called the marabou stork.
Never heard of it.
Dear listener, look up, if you don't already know, look up images of the marabou stork. And it looks like a goddamn dinosaur in a scary way. I mean, I know birds and dinosaurs are related.
Like Velociraptor from
but like when you see a pigeon,
Jurassic Park.
You kind of just have to take paleontologist's word for it, that it's related to a dinosaur or a chicken.
Long time ago. And pigeons, not terrifying.
Yeah, but when you see a marabou stork, there ain't no fucking doubt that that's a dinosaur. This thing is goddamn terrifying. First of all, it's big. It's like 4 feet tall.
Okay.
And it has this beak that will fuck you up.
Yeah.
And they do this like snap, 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 snap with their beak, and it's fucking loud. And it's not okay.
Whine.
Yeah. And then they have this glottis or whatever it's called that hangs down from their neck. Like, dude, I'm going to pause real quick because you have to see this. Okay, so I just showed Anthony pictures of the marabou stork.
Yeah, okay, so it's pink.
Yeah.
And it's kind of wrinkly, and it looks a lot like an elongated nutsack. Right.
Yeah.
And it kind of like almost like a turkey's, the hang, like the
the waddle.
Yeah,
the waddle,
like a turkey.
Called. Yeah.
Right. It kind of looks like that. Or if like you have like say maybe like an 85-year-old grandfather and he goes to the bathroom.
Oh
and
yeah,
then it kind of looks like that.
That's what it fucked with me so bad. It reminded me of when I saw my grandpa's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little intimidating.
Yeah.
You know, and then that thing is on top of it mean, right? They're
and it can fly.
Yeah.
So you can't escape
They're
it.
surly. As
Yeah. So all these interesting
coming at you
encounters.
with this huge
Yeah.
cock.
And dude, the other wild thing is how quickly zebras and Thompson gazelles become just part of the background.
Sure.
Like they're not even
I mean,
looking
after
at it
the
anymore.
50th you've
Yeah.
seen, it's
Yeah.
a fucking zebra. It's like a horse with different colors.
Yeah, and they're
That's why I don't go
everywhere.
to the Grand Canyon. Okay.
You're right. Well, dude, like we kind of experienced that when we hiked the Zion Narrows from
Yeah.
the top down. It's gorgeous. It's phenomenal scenery. But after 4 straight miles of just canyon
sheer
walls,
cliff, yeah.
Hey, what do you know? More canyon walls. Yeah, it kind of gets the same. All right, so we go back to camp.
Yeah.
For the first night, and now we're out in the fucking wild.
Yeah, now it's like full on in the not wilderness, but in the.
It is in the wilderness.
No, but in the
wild.
in the wild. No, the goddamn thing, like on
Serengeti.
safari. Like,
Yeah, we're
it's
on
like the
safari.
full
We're
safari.
full on safari.
Yeah.
We're getting the full safari experience.
Yeah, everything now is completely uncontrolled in terms of
Right.
like the animals.
Yes, exactly. Animals go wherever the fuck
Yeah,
they want.
you're in their territory now.
Right. And so we have our dinner, and it's kind of communal. And there's mostly people are from Europe because it's easier to get to
Sure.
Africa if you're from
Short
Europe.
trip.
Yeah, there's some attractive women there, which is nice.
Yeah.
You know, and then after that, the guides build a campfire. Now, it's not cold.
Now, did Andre participate in his campfire class?
Well,
to
it was a
teach them?
modest campfire because we didn't need the heat.
Yeah,
And it was really to just keep animals away.
yeah, and provide light, right?
Yeah, and to provide light, right? Because
Yeah.
not a lot of electricity out there in
No.
the middle of the Serengeti. In fact,
Well,
none.
and I'm sure the animals see fire and they're like, "Nah, we'll just stay away,
You're right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And then on top of that, because there's a group of us,
make noise." And
yeah,
things like
and
that.
the animals just, they
Yeah.
don't want to fuck with us.
Sure.
And on that note, the guides make it very clear 2 things. First of all, don't be the last one in your tent.
Yeah, because then you're vulnerable.
Yeah, then you're vulnerable. When you're out there by yourself, now the math has changed.
Yeah.
And maybe a baboon's still not going to fuck with you, but a lion will.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And so,
One of those goddamn marabou birds with the giant
yeah,
dicks.
exactly.
Come get
Yeah,
you. Fuck
it's
you.
gonna come dick slap you with its glottis or whatever that thing is. Yeah. So, and then once you're in your tent, you do not leave your tent for any reason
Okay.
until the guides come and get you in the morning.
Okay.
And so that means like you got to bring a bottle into your tent if you got to piss.
Do the guides carry big guns or
no,
something?
no, there are no guns.
Oh man.
Yeah,
So
it's fucking serious.
Yeah.
Right now, when you do those walking tours, those guys carry guns.
Yeah.
But for us, like the idea is you stay in a group or you stay in your truck or, you don't put
Sure.
yourself in a vulnerable
Yeah,
situation,
exactly.
which also includes don't get out of your tent.
So okay.
So,
but
so
still.
we're around the campfire
Yeah.
that night and the guides start telling stories.
Sure.
And it's cool, to
So,
hear
like,
these stories.
What kind of I don't know. Can you give me an example? Give the audience.
yeah.
an
I mean, some
example.
of the stories are fairly memorable.
Okay.
Like one of our guides, it was a guide for another group.
Yeah.
But he tells this story that he used to be a boxer.
Okay.
And you think about like the Nigerian oh no, that's Christian Okoye. He was a
He's a
football
running
player.
back,
Yeah,
yeah.
whatever. But I'm sure there were a famous African boxer.
Well, I
Czech
mean,
Congo.
yeah.
You know,
He's
whatever.
From France.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
all right.
not
It
from
doesn't
Congo.
matter.
Okay.
All right. But this
Yeah.
guy was a
Yeah.
boxer.
Yeah.
And he had become kind of like a journeyman and he had some big wins, but he's making his way through the ranks. And there is this neighboring tribe that they have like a top level, like this super boxer
Okay.
that somehow has like access to all the latest technology. And like he's like training like crazy. And so this guide of ours is going to fight this other incredible boxer.
Okay.
And like the fucked up part is that the boxer from the other tribe had already killed another of his tribesmen in the fucking ring.
Okay.
And like had beat him up so bad. And so like they go to have their first meeting and there's like the equivalent of like a press conference, all the people are around. And the boxer from the other tribe they're like, well, what, do you worry? Like you're going to kill him in the ring? And he's like, if he dies, he dies. And
Wait a minute.
yeah.
Dude, this sounds a lot like Rocky IV.
Yeah, I guess it does.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's where Stallone got the idea. He
I
must
don't
have
know.
gone to East Africa on safari, and that's where he heard about it. So it was a great story.
Yeah, it's a great
dude.
story,
Yeah, it's a
though.
great story.
Yeah, they
and they
acted it
wind
out.
up like because their
They had a
their
soundtrack
tribes are,
and everything. It was
are
crazy.
against each other.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's better for us two to fight each other in this ring than
yeah.
have our villages fight each
Yeah.
other. It is a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I could change.
Yeah.
How did you know? Could change.
How did you know this story from East Africa?
I've seen that movie.
Oh, all right. So anyway, so after this, the guides are finally like, all right, it's time to go to bed. And when they get up, we scatter like cockroaches. Like,
when everybody, they're tired, it's time to go to bed, whether you're tired or not.
One or two guides kind of trickle off and they go back to camp. Some tourists trickle off. But like when they kind of get up en masse, that's it. We're going to bed. And that's it. So we get into our tent, and we're there during the summer or the hot season.
Okay.
And it's hot inside the tent. And it is...
Like 100 plus or 90, 80?
Probably in the 90s, okay. I would guess. Hot enough that it's like ball soup in there.
Yeah, okay. Mixing up
because we also have gone a couple days without a shower now.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's getting ripe.
Yeah, it's getting ripe in there. And so anyway...
Fucking baboons took the water, that's why.
Yeah, exactly.
Goddamn baboons.
Yeah, we have the rain fly up because we need some ventilation.
Okay.
And so,
even though they told you, hey, don't
we're in the tent. Like, the rain fly is about the baboons not stealing shit from inside your tent.
Okay.
But when you're in the tent, the baboons aren't going to steal anything.
Yeah.
But you know what the side effect is like it's dark outside, we're in the tent, and there's the mesh windows, to let the breeze in.
Yeah.
It's fucking scary.
Yeah.
Because, like, what if you look up out of the mesh window and you see, like, a lion staring back at you?
Yeah, or worse.
Yeah, or you see, like, your tour guide.
Yeah. Jerking off.
Slowly jerking off while he's looking at you.
Yeah, because that's why you put the rain fly down so you can't see
him.
But now,
and the jizz just rolls right off of it.
He's making that serious, serious, I'm the captain now eye contact.
So my brother and I wind up getting into this philosophical conversation about, there's like physical comfort of being too hot and we kind of want to get to sleep. And then there's emotional comfort of like being when you're a kid and like you pull your covers up over your head because they're scary monsters. And ultimately, the debate was settled. Mother Nature settled the debate. Thank God, not with a lion attack, but with rain.
Okay.
It started raining.
So now it's rain flies now necessary.
Yeah. And so, but we know, like, don't get out of the tent.
Yeah.
And so how are we going to get this rain fly down?
Reach your arm out?
Well, we are able to do that for the front of the tent. We just reach through and like zip it back down and it's closed. But on the other end of the tent where our heads are, like our feet are by the door.
Yeah.
So our heads are at the other end and the rain is coming through the screen. And we can't reach that part of the rain fly. And so we start like hitting the side of the tent to try to knock like the little stakes. Yeah, to try to knock the rain fly down. And I can only imagine what the people in the other tents think is happening in our tent. Especially with all the buzzing from the sex toys. And eventually my side of the rain fly comes down. It's like, all right, we're good to go. But my brother does not find that is satisfactory.
Sure.
And so we are going to have to put this rain fly down. Like, it becomes untenable.
Okay.
And so, one of us is going to have to get out of this tent and put the rain fly down. And we know the whole time you're out of the tent, you're in mortal danger.
Yeah.
And so it is decided, because it's not my problem, it's Chuck's problem.
Oh my God.
Because his side is the side
you
getting
don't go
wet.
out in a group like
no,
the two of you?
No, we come up with a plan. And the plan is...
tie a rope around him.
Yeah. We get repositioned in the tent. So there's more like... as we're trying to move around inside the tent, know. And then we get to the front of the tent. Okay. And I unzip the inner door, reach out, unzip the rain fly. So now we have access. And the plan is that I am going to... Then we close the inner door again because it's fucking scary.
Yeah.
And the plan is that I'm going to unzip the inner door. He's going to run out, put the tent fly down, put the rain fly down, and then come back in, and then I zip it back up.
Yeah.
And so, we're all positioned. I got my hand on the zipper, and we're going to go on
the
count of three.
You should have just told him, like, hey, I'll time you. Dude, of course, going to try to...
Yeah. Well, he was trying to go as fast as he could, no matter what.
7-year-old.
Yeah, that was not the issue.
Yeah.
And so what I should have done is once he was out there, just zip it back again.
Come get him.
Yeah. And so we're ready. We're in position. And I go, okay, 1, 2, wait. Is it 1, 2, 3, go?
On 3?
Or is it 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
And so we figure it out. And then this is how fast it went. 1, 2, 3. Zip closed. And he was out put the rain fly out and back in. And okay, thank God. Now we're
going to live through the night.
We're going to live through the night. But then we start, like the rain dies down a little bit. And we start hearing fucking animals.
Okay.
And we hear this crazy fucking yipping sound like,
dude, like hyena.
We don't know what the sound is. It just sounds
just
big.
From the next tent over. Somebody's
getting railed. Yeah.
One of those attractive girls just getting a pipe laid down.
Yeah. It sounds big and it sounds close.
Forrest Gump's mom when she was getting him an education.
Right. And the guides told us that animals would probably come into camp because they know there's food.
Sure, yeah.
Into camp. Like they root through the garbage and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking scary, dude. Because we're just in this little tent.
Yeah,
and like
that tent not super.
It's only a psychological
nylon,
barrier.
Dude. Yeah. If they want in,
they're getting in.
They're getting in.
Right. And so eventually that sound dies down. And dude, sleeping, fucking forget it.
Yeah.
While this is happening.
Not happening.
Yeah. And then that sound eventually dies down. And then we hear a sound that we absolutely know what it is. It's fucking hyenas.
Uh-huh.
And hyenas have like the most powerful jaws in the
they'll like
mammal world.
Snap a goddamn like baseball bat.
They are no
Their
fucking
bite
joke.
strength is legit.
Yeah. And so we hear hyenas and they're getting closer and closer.
Sure, more grave.
Yeah. As they're coming into camp and like nothing is happening, they get a little bolder and they come
play
in
some
a little
poker?
further. Yeah, exactly. And then, dude, at one point, now mind you, we're in this tent. It's tight as shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my one arm is up against my brother. My other arm is up against the side of the tent. And dude, a hyena goes walking by our tent and fucking brushes up against the tent. And like, I feel the hyena's leg on my arm. And the only thing that separates us is like a fucking millimeter of nylon. Dude, it was so fucking scary. Yeah. So eventually the hyenas go away. We managed to get at least a little bit of sleep. And so that's our first day and night in the Serengeti. Do you want to call it here and come back for a third episode?
It's up to you, man.
Okay, we'll keep going a little bit. All right, so the next day we go out for more safari. We see more animals.
Let's just get through the second night.
Okay.
Because after that, it's like kind of
wraps up a little bit after that. Yeah. So, we see more animals, and it gets to be like already where things are kind of getting to be old hat. Like you see lions and they just lay there. Yeah. And so, all right, there's two animals that we never get tired of seeing, and one is the warthog because they're just so fucking ugly.
Yeah.
And they like cross this threshold where they're so ugly that they're kind of cute.
Yeah, Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? One of those is the Swahili word for warthog. I think it's Pumbaa.
A wimbo.
Yeah.
A
and Simba is the like Simba the elephant, or Simba is the word for lion, I should say, and Tembo is the word for elephant and all that stuff. Exactly. Yeah.
The lion sleeps tonight.
So we never got tired of seeing warthogs, and also when they're browsing, they like fold their wrists under them, and so it looks like they're walking on their elbows, and that's also really cute to like get down closer to the ground. So we like warthogs, and then elephants. We never got tired of seeing elephants. So at one
especially
point,
because like if you've ever seen an elephant up close,
yeah,
like I've seen them in a zoo, but one time we went to a zoo and they brought an elephant out, to like walk next to us, and we could like touch the elephant kind of thing. And dude, they're so goddamn massive. And this elephant wasn't like a super big elephant.
Right.
They were much, much bigger males, but they brought a female out because she was like chill.
Yeah.
Right. And, the male elephants are, several 100 pounds larger. They're just goddamn
they're enormous.
Huge,
they're fucking enormous.
Yeah. And so, if one of those things is like comes into your camp, nylon tent or nylon tent, you're fucked.
Don't skip ahead. Something like that might happen.
Yeah, okay.
So we, the animals, like the scavengers, will look for vultures.
Yeah.
And when they see a bunch of vultures circling, they're like, oh, something's up. And then maybe they get a scent of it or whatever. But the vultures are the fucking narcs.
Yeah.
And so the guides, they know that too.
Sure.
And so they see a bunch of vultures circling, like, oh, there might be something interesting over there. And then when we drive over there, when we see like 30 Land Rovers, then, okay, something is definitely happening over here. And so we go over there, and it turned out that like a cheetah and a leopard got into a fight. That like the cheetah made the kill, And then the leopard
Tried
came
to steal
in
it.
to steal the kill, and they actually fought. And they were talking like the cheetah wandered off, may have been mortally wounded, and like we missed a lot of fucking action.
Yeah.
But then there's just more and more trucks coming in, and then the hyenas come in, and the leopard is trying to keep the hyenas away from the kill that it stole, and it's not going well for the leopard.
because it's severely outnumbered.
Yeah, because there's like 10 hyenas, and what the fuck, and so there's too many trucks. We just leave.
Okay.
And we go and we find a little family of elephants. There's like 8 elephants and little baby elephants, and it's fucking great, dude. And I could watch elephants all day. And same with my brother. And so we're just sitting there watching the elephants, and then another truck comes up, and the guides start talking to each other in Swahili.
Yeah.
And our guide is like, "Hey, we got to go. There's something cool down the way."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Dude,
They're probably just negotiating which one of you two they were going to eat.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
exactly."
Yeah, come
and
on
we
over
don't
here.
really want to leave because, like, what are we going to see that's better than these elephants?
Yeah.
Like, we're right next to them. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And so the guide's like, "No, really, we should, trust me, I'm the guide." And we're like, "All right." So we go to this little watering hole. And this is in the dry season. The water is limited. And so the watering hole is where all the action is.
Yeah.
And when we pull up to the watering hole, there's another truck there.
Now, were you thirsty at this point? You going to go risk it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, that is really tempting.
Yeah, I'm so
we pull up
thirsty.
to this watering hole, and there's another truck that's parked there. And so they come up, and we come up, and the guides again talk to each other in Swahili. And then their truck leaves. And our guide explains that down in the water, there was an anaconda. Or
And
a
it
python.
don't want none unless you got buns, hon. Okay.
Yeah. And so the other truck left because it couldn't see the anaconda. It must have gone back into the woods, or whatever.
Yeah.
And so, all right, well, we missed it. I get, like, that's worth seeing because it's rare,
Sure.
and it's interesting. And there was also, like, Nile crocodiles.
Yeah.
And, dude, you don't fuck with crocodiles.
No.
None of this stuff do you fuck with.
Yeah, there's not a lot you fuck with over
Yeah,
there.
exactly. And so, all right, well, that was a bust, and so we're about to leave. There's like a ramp that goes down to the water.
Sure,
here.
like a trail, like a
Yeah,
animal trail?
kind of, but it's
Okay.
wide. It's
Okay.
wide. It's just like a sloped part of the land.
Okay.
That goes down, and then there's like ledges on both sides, and the ramp kind of goes down below the ledge, just the way the landform is.
Okay.
Like it might have been where a wash drained in
Sure.
or something. And at the top of the ramp, there's all these gazelles and zebras that are there wanting to go get some water.
Yeah.
But, maybe like with the anaconda there, they were afraid or whatever.
Sure.
And so, whatever. We've seen, all this shit before, so we're going to move on. Maybe find some more elephants. And the guide starts the truck back up, and just as he's going to drive away, the cook is like, wait, stop, turn the engine off.
Yeah.
And right outside the fucking door, right next to the truck, in the yellow tall grass, is a lioness.
Uh-oh.
So well camouflaged that the other guides didn't see it.
Yeah.
We just saw it by dumb luck. And it takes us about 2 seconds to figure out what's going on.
Oh, shit. She's on the hunt.
Yes.
Yeah.
This lioness is staring at this big clump of gazelles and zebras who are going to go down below her little perch
Yeah.
to get some water.
Into the fatal funnel.
Into the Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
right. And so, this suddenly gets very interesting. And dude, of all the crazy things, we're the only truck there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we have this all to ourselves, so I can make up any story I want.
Everybody shut the fuck up. Everybody shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and so we're watching, and it puts us in this weird position of the gazelle are very nervous, and the zebra are even more nervous.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the reasons zebras can't be domesticated. They're just too fucking sketchy.
Yeah.
And so they'll start, like, heading down to the water.
But then back up.
And then they back up.
Yeah.
And then they head down a little further, and then they back up. And it puts us in this weird position of like,
Voyeur.
yeah, well, and rooting for the lion.
Oh,
You know, where we're
God.
like,
It's like
come on.
watching The Sopranos.
Yeah, and we're like, come on, gazelle, you're thirsty. Doesn't that water look good?
Bet your dick tastes good.
Yeah. I bet that water's real thirst quenching. I bet you'd really like it.
Yeah. Ooh, it
And
tastes
then
like
finally,
chicken soup.
finally, 2 little gazelles,
Stupid fucks.
yeah,
Yeah.
make a run for it. The impetuousness of youth.
Oh.
They make a run for the water. The lioness comes around, and they're fucking trapped.
Snatch.
And snatch.
Yeah.
And we hear the gazelle just
Yeah,
and that's it. It's
all
fucking
over,
dead.
yeah.
It's over. And the other gazelle was trapped down by the water and still has to like try to make a break for it.
Yeah, but
and it goes to run past, and the lioness actually dropped the first gazelle,
To
took
go
a
kill
swat
the-
at the second gazelle,
Yeah.
and it just does like this 360 in the air, lands on its feet, and takes off.
It's gone.
It makes the break.
yeah.
But yeah, that first gazelle, dude, it's fucking done for.
Can you imagine the PTSD for that gazelle?
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm never drinking water again. I don't
that
care
shit.
what
I'm
happens.
switching to Coke.
Yeah, I'll drink elephant piss. Yeah. So, and then we saw the lioness like drag the gazelle off into the woods to go like feed its cubs or
Yeah.
whatever, and like it was fucking incredible.
Yeah, and I know you have pictures of it.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I have
we'll
pictures. Yeah,
definitely-
we'll have to put some
we'll,
of the.
We'll put some up when this episode airs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And so that's probably that night we go back to camp. We'll just
Yeah.
finish up briefly with the
Yeah.
second night at camp. So the first night we slept terribly.
Sure.
And so the second night I have an idea. We should get drunk.
Nice.
And that'll help us sleep.
Yeah.
So
This is
I've already
not a bad
mentioned,
plan.
Yeah, that like the bottles of Coke cost $0.25.
Sure.
So there's also
And the Jägermeister cost
Well,
$0.25.
You're on the right track.
Yeah.
There's a Fanta there, because Fanta's a Coke product. So there's Fanta, and the Fanta is also $0.25. And there is a Fanta tonic called Crest,
Okay.
Krest. And so we buy some tonic because I'm interested to try like the local brew or whatever.
Yeah.
There's no real beer there. They don't really make alcohol there,
Sure.
but there is one local gin,
Okay.
and it's called Konyagi.
Yeah.
And so a fifth of gin, or the hip flask size gin, the 200 milliliter, is also $0.25.
Dude.
And so for
How could
50
you not?
cents,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So for 50 cents, we can drink gin and tonics.
Dude, just buy all of it.
Yeah. And so we buy our little flask of Crest or Konyagi. We have our bottle of Crest, and we're like, dude, we're having gin and tonics. And then the Konyagi has quinine in it, and quinine is an anti-malarial. We're already taking quinine
Yeah.
to prevent malaria. Now we got the quinine in the Crest or the Konyagi, so we're double protected.
You can let
And-
the mosquitoes just bite your balls at that point.
yeah, exactly. And so like, dude, fuck it, we're gonna have Konyagi and Crest, and we do.
Yeah.
And we finish that bottle of Konyagi, and it's time to go to bed, and we sleep like fucking
So
champions.
no stories, no nothing?
Oh, the guides, the
Yeah.
guides told a story. And so I'll tell you this story. And this one has to be a true story because it takes place there.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, the guides did tell us a story. I forgot because I had the Konyagi
Yeah.
and Crest. But yeah, get a couple drinks in me, and they start telling us the story. And this one takes place at Lake Manyara, where we
Okay.
had been the couple days before. And there's this young tribal woman, and she's swimming in the lake, and she's skinny dipping.
Yeah.
And she winds up disappearing. She gets eaten by a great white shark.
A great white shark.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And so what are we going to do about it? Like, we need tourists to come. You know, they're explaining all this
Yeah.
to us. Like, we need the tourists to come. And so the local sheriff is like, dude, we got to keep the lake open. And the local mayor is like, no, we got to close the lake. I mean, this lady got eaten.
Yeah.
And then the next day or a couple days later, a kid, the little Kittner boy, is in the lake and he gets eaten by the shark.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
This sounds a lot
It's
like Jaws.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, the movie Jaws.
No, I never heard of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a
Okay.
great story.
Yeah.
They wind up having to like explode the shark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this guy lives in the village. His name's Quint.
Yeah. How did you know?
He says he'd kill that shark.
Yeah.
For 10 grand. Yeah. The whole
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Well, it was in their currency. It was
Yeah.
Tanzanian shillings.
It's 4 goats. I'm killing the whole. You get the fin, the whole fucking thing.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
dude! Well, that's a good place to leave
Yeah.
it. We'll pick up the rest of the story on another episode.
All right.
But,
Do we have a sponsor for this
oh my
amazing
God, dude.
banger of an episode?
Yeah, we have a sponsor. It's Jelly Snot Knocker Barbecue, because we're talking about eating all these animals anyway, and so it's a good read. All right, Jelly Snot Knocker Barbecue. With 17 locations nationwide, come see what everyone is raving about. Mention you heard this ad on the Scafachiverse podcast and get 20% off your pre-game victory dessert. Jelly Snot Knockin' Barbecue. Keep it classy, no buck stuff. Ah, dude, good times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I kind of forget all this stuff
Yeah.
happened, And we are still recording. We are ending the episode. Do you remember how the end of this stuff goes?
Yeah, so I'm good. We're still recording.
Yeah,
I
that's
fell
okay.
out for a second.
I know. It happens.
Yeah.
You get lost. You feel like you're in Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, dude, yeah, I mean, this story. So now, though, we're kind of closing in on the end of the out in the safari part.
Right.
Right. And
The next one should be able to wrap everything
You have to
up.
fly everything home, right?
Yeah,
Try to get
we'll
home.
bring everything home in the next episode. Should be shorter.
All right.
And good times, dude.
Okay.
Good
So,
times.
for Anthony Scafacci,
I'm Alan Giga.
this has been a balls deep production of the Scafacciverse podcast. We are out.